Hi, I'm Jim Kurtzner with WXYZ TV. I've had the pleasure to work with Barb at 3 television stations.
I used to walk around the house with a microphone and ask my family members questions, record on home video, pretending to do newscasts. So I knew, really at an early age that news was what I wanted to do when I grew up.
Through high school and college, Barb's love for news grew at Central Michigan University. She was very involved with News Central.
Up next when News Central continues.
Once Barb graduated from CMU, she was very committed to getting her first job. She went to Fort Myers, Florida. Her goal was to get back home, and she did. She took a job as a reporter and producer with WLUC in Marquette, Michigan.
The project is completely volunteer, from the men who are hammering away on the roofs.
I remember we used to have to come in, we'd pitch our stories, we'd go out and one-man band it, and then we'd have to come back, and then I would do a package for the 6 p.m., a voice up for the 7, and then I would produce the 11.
The opportunity to hunt is a privilege. Taking advantage of that privilege can cause harm to yourself as well as others. Barb Hegwood, TV6 News, Marquette.
Although Barb had to leave Michigan again to take jobs in Missouri and North Carolina, she would make it back here to Detroit. A producer at Fox 2, digital director at Click on Detroit, and assistant news director at WXYZ.
I truly enjoyed working and learning from you during our time together at WXYZ. You knew so much about the Detroit market that you were a tremendous resource to me and to everybody on staff.
I've always loved the grind of the Detroit news market, especially breaking news. There's something about breaking news that's just in a journalist's blood. But for me, my passion has been about teaching and mentoring as well. And I had an opportunity to really get involved in that when I was the news director at a startup operation in Flint.
She also worked as news director at WILX in Lansing.
Barb, I would say, is the consummate news professional. I feel like she was that person that, if you were going into battle, you had 2 people, 1 on each arm, that Barb would be one of them. And when COVID hit, she was there. And I wouldn't have wanted to be managing through COVID, especially in those first couple of months, with anybody else.
I have enjoyed my time of being able to work in some of the most incredible newsrooms alongside incredible journalists that many I grew up watching.
The things that I remember about you during our time together were first and foremost your dedication to the story. You were always ready to respond regardless of the time or day. Didn't matter, the big stories got covered. But beyond that, it was your compassion to staff, your willingness to mentor younger producers, reporters, and anchors to help them get better, even in a market like Detroit, and your ability to remain calm during stressful times. Those are some really key things. But I'll tell you what was even better was your razor wit. It kept us laughing during stressful times, and that's always a good thing to have in a newsroom. For all those reasons, you deserve this recognition. So congratulations. Thanks for being my friend, and thanks for being an outstanding journalist and newsroom leader.